So we're going to start our vocabulary lesson 1 video. And I'm going to go through and talk about, give you the word, the part of speech, definition, talk a little bit about each word. So our first word is manufacture, and it's a verb. And it means to fabricate, to make a product, especially in an industrial process. And if you remember from yesterday, I talked about GM, General Motors, in our sentence. And it's really when you think about anything related to a factory and creating a product, whether it's an automobile, a video game machine like an Xbox, but anything that is produced and it's made through a process, that would be to manufacture. And the picture that I included was of two people that were putting pieces together on some kind of floor or big metal piece. Our next word, number 2, is wholeheartedly. And wholeheartedly is an adverb. Now, if you're not sure, remember what an adverb is. An adverb is a describing word, and it describes verbs. Now, here's a little bit of a reminder, since it's the beginning of the year. A verb is a word that shows action or state of being. So an adverb describes how you're doing something. So wholeheartedly means with complete sincerity and commitment. Now, sincerity. If you're a sincere person or you have sincerity, it means that you truly care about someone or something. Commitment means that you are willing to do things and you are committed or you stick to doing something. So if you're wholeheartedly doing something, you're with feelings and you are willing to continue to do it. And the picture that I included was of a heart, because if you think about sincerity and caring, it has to do with our hearts. Our next word is divulge, and divulge is a word. It's a verb. It's an action verb. It's a word that we can do or we can show people. So divulge means to make something known. A lot of times a good example would be if your friend tells you a secret and you tell another friend, that would be divulging the secret. Okay? And our picture shows one girl telling a secret to another girl. Remember, if any time I'm going too fast and you need to slow down or you need to rewind, go ahead and do so. Okay. Our next word is rashly. Kind of hard to say. It's an adverb, so it's a describing word. It describes a verb. It's without regard to consequences with undue haste. So if you do something and you know that you possibly could get hurt, then like speeding through the parking lot or speeding down the street, and you do it even though you know you could get a ticket or somebody could get hurt, then you are driving rashly. Okay? And the picture that I chose, I thought this was a good one. The gentleman on the horse is rearing up and the lady's trying to pull it back down, and she does it without thinking that she could get hurt or that he could get hurt or the horse could get hurt. Our next word is propel. Propel is a verb and it means to move forward or onward. Okay, so like the wind can sometimes propel our papers if we don't have them attached to something, or it can move things. Like if you have a door, it can slam the door if the wind catches it. And the picture I put was the gentleman flying upward. Our next word is erratic, and it's an adjective. So if you remember, adverbs describe verbs, adjectives describe nouns and pronouns. So they're telling us about someone or something without consistency or regularity. So that means you do it and it's not on a regular basis, or you don't do it over and over again. Consistency means that you do things in the similar way, at a similar time possibly, but if it's erratic, then you do it all over the place. Like you don't keep track of time, or you don't do it the exact same way every time. Okay? The picture that I found that I put on was of this rock. And when you think about rocks, they don't always look the same. They don't have the same shape, size. Specify. Specify is another verb. It's something we do, and it's to state in detail. So if I ask you to specify which cookie you want, chocolate chip or oatmeal or peanut butter, you need to tell me from one of those choices. Or if I ask you to specify which color you want, you would give me red or blue or green, okay? The picture that I gave you is to specify your location or industry. They're pointing at certain pictures, or the gentleman's pointing at the automobile. Our next word is agile. It's an adjective, so it's another describing word, and it describes a person, a place, or a thing. So it's describing a noun or a pronoun, and it means quick, it means light, able to move easily, having a quick mind. I always think of dancers, especially ballet dancers, seem to be very agile. Some people pronounce it agile, so, in the picture, I thought this was really good. The person bending backwards. Gymnasts are also very agile. Our next word is naive. Naive is an adjective, and it's going to describe a person, place, or thing, mostly a person. Simple without sophistication or lack of experience or wisdom. So kids, as they're younger, are a lot of times naive. As we get older, hopefully we gain more wisdom and more sophistication. Sometimes the example I said about the grandmother, but a lot of times older people are naive to social media. They don't understand technology and computers and Facebook or Instagram like other people do. So that would be simple. And the picture I put was a gentleman pondering something. And our last word is trivial. Trivial is an adjective. It's of little significance or value. It's basically another word for unimportant, okay? A lot of times junior high students will feel that they need to know what's going on with their friends. They need to know what's going on socially. And from a teacher's perspective, making sure you get your homework done, making sure that you are reading or doing your reading plus, those are more important, and those are not trivial things. Trivial things are things that basically another really good synonym for it would be unimportant.